Alright, what's up everybody? It's around the afternoon. Just today is gonna be my rest day for the week, just because I'm still recovering from that flag football game on Saturday. Surprisingly, man, I swear my legs have not been this cooked in like a long time. Like it's not even my quads or my hamstrings are like that sore. It's just that like the other like small muscles that get involved with like anything like leg extensions or hamstring curls or anything like that that are just hurting so much right now. So I figured I'm probably just gonna take the week off and just do no legs this week and then just hop right back into it next week. You're not gonna lose all your gains if you just like skip 1 week of working out. In fact, a lot of times you might end up helping yourself a lot. The problem people run into is that they just stop working out and they stop eating too. Like essentially, if you think about it, if you just stop doing everything, then of course you're gonna like drop significantly and be way weaker the next week. But if you just like sub out one thing and say like, all right, I'm just gonna take a rest off this week and just do no workout, but I'm still gonna eat the same things and just keep refueling my body so that I can actually stay at that same state, then honestly, I say you're gonna be just fine. It's not gonna be that bad. But since today's rest day, it's not gonna be really like too much going on. So all I wanted to talk about today was just how to be productively unproductive, and that might sound really confusing or just completely outlandish to like a lot of you guys or just anybody that's like new watching or something like that. But essentially, all I want to talk about with that is that, especially with whether it comes to the gym or anything you do in life, you don't have to be doing a million different things to be able to get what you want to get. I say it's honestly just taking small steps, or honestly like doing like having small wins every single day is going to go so much further than the guy that's going to be doing 10 million things at once and only getting like kind of like 1% of everything of that. And that's something I'm actually trying to incorporate a lot more right now. So if you guys have seen my recent workout videos, I've been recently doing basically just a lot more just like kind of like body weight, like weighted training, rather than just doing like regular traditional like machines for my workouts. And that's something I just gravitated towards just because I feel like I'm gonna be a lot more I feel like I enjoy those exercises a lot more rather than just doing the traditional machine. And I'm going by what feels good for me, not what looks cool or what is scientifically more optimal for my body. I say honestly, just do what works for you, dude, and don't worry about what everyone else is doing for their workouts, because what everyone else is doing is what works for them or what they enjoy. Or sometimes people just follow what the crowd is doing. But the problem with that is that you're not really following yourself. You're kind of just like following the crowd and you're not being any different from them. So if you want to look any different or you want to be any different from everybody else, then you got to do what's different, and what's different is what works for you, not for them. You know what I mean? But another kind of I guess workout example I'm doing is, so everyone is obviously like advocating for a lot more of the especially like the science-based thing going around now is just doing like a lot of like machines and going like super heavy. And I still like going heavy and everything. It's just that I kind of want to try out just doing like more like body weight stuff, so like weighted calisthenics, that type of thing. And honestly, I've been enjoying it a lot more. And I feel like having things like dips and pull-ups in that routine is going to be so much more beneficial moving forward, and allow me just to be consistent with the gym a lot more as well. And so, essentially, what I'm meaning with that is when you're working out like that type of thing, if you're doing like 10 different exercises the whole workout, and there's no problem with that, like honestly, like there's plenty of people that works for them, but I say, at least for what I'm gonna do going forward, is I'm just gonna really be focusing on just doing what needs to be done first, and then everything else, there's kind of like filler, like the accessories and stuff and bodybuilding, that stuff's gonna come after. So things like yes, so here's an example. So like for my chest day, I'll do like my flat bench like barbell first, and then my incline bench, and then I'll do the machines after. So like anything like machine chest press or machine chest fly, those stuff come after, just because I want to dedicate the beginning of the workout to like the more compound based and and not really powerlifting, but kind of some more like heavier training style. Like if you want to call it powerlifting, go ahead. I could care less. But that's kind of like what I'm talking about. And another life example, a good life example actually, I'm trying to incorporate is allowing it so that I can still like enjoy my life and not feel like I have to like do a million things and be the most productive person ever. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. I just wanted to change locations real quick because one of my buddies was walking in, so I just wanted to make sure that I could stay on topic. You know what I mean? But essentially, what I was saying before was some of my life example for how to be productively unproductive is basically. So I'm actually trying to teach myself Korean right now, and my reasoning for that is honestly something just to make life more interesting, something to kind of like seek, like something to kind of chase after, to kind of like keep, like literally what I said, like to keep life interesting. So I have both of my roommates are actually Korean, and I go to Korean church, and I really like the culture. It's really fun. It's really interesting, and so I'm trying to learn it right now. And Korean is one of the hardest languages out there, and to anybody, obviously, and honestly to myself, a lot of times it's very intimidating for anybody just like looking at it, just because there's like the Korean alphabet, so many different like consonants, vowels, that whole thing. And essentially first looking at it, obviously it is kind of intense, but I just wanted to like take little bits and pieces here and there, and to also make the process really fun and learning to enjoy the process rather than just make it really boring and just trying to just, oh yeah, I'm on the grind today, today's gonna suck, but I'm still gonna do it. No, I want to enjoy the whole process. I want to actually do something that I actually enjoy doing, so that I actually want to do it, even when it gets really hard or it feels like I'm making no progress. So essentially what I'm doing for that is what I've found is I've struggled with in the past is that I've added too many things to study for Korean, and that's just maybe become very overwhelmed and made it a lot harder to stay with it. And also for I guess what's it called, yeah, it's made it really hard to be consistent when I've had like a million different things I'm studying from. So what I've been doing recently is I've just narrowed it down to like two or three things. Like three is the maximum, and so the three venues I'm using to kind of study it right now are Quizlet, watching TV shows, and singing it, and singing it. So basically the way I do, like especially when it comes to singing, is I found actually some YouTube videos where people would put like the romanticized version under it, so you can kind of read it in English, but obviously like you read back through in Korean to learn how to properly say it. But that's allowed me to really just kind of like pick up on how to pronounce certain words. And once I learn how to pronounce something, then I can kind of make sentences with the with the words and the letters that I learn. And that's actually helped me to learn the Korean alphabet a lot, because repeating the same thing over and over with seeing the letters and reading them through, especially learning it the proper way, it has allowed me to just unconsciously learn Hangul. I think that's how I say it. That's a word for the Korean alphabet, and that's allowed me to learn it without having to really dedicate certain time to it. Obviously now I'm using Quizlet to make it so that it's a lot easier for me to at least understand like every single word I'm saying, rather than just saying it as what I can hear from my ear, and seeing it as what it's supposed to be. So yeah, that's that for Korean. And yeah, that's pretty much all I was trying to talk about with how to be productively unproductive. And all I want to say is you don't got to be doing like a million things to be able to get something done, or to become whatever you want to be. So for me, essentially, like I was saying earlier, I wanted to get bigger and I wanted to get more jacked. But essentially, I don't need to be doing all the different workouts and exercises in the world that are are quote unquote optimal for me. I just gotta do what works for me, and honestly, just do just like the basics first, and then all the accessories, everything else, like the leg extensions, machines, everything, those all come later, because those are the ones that such the machines that they can build. They can definitely build muscle. Like obviously they're a very important thing, But the thing is, they shouldn't be like the only thing that you do, because essentially what compounds and like the calisthenics exercises do is they help you build a really good foundation, and honestly, it helps you keep your workouts a lot shorter, because when you get the bulk of the things done first, then everything else, like basically finishing out the pump, or make it a lot easier just to keep the workout super efficient and keep you very consistent in the gym, especially when you have like a lot less time. And that's something I'm trying to do, especially going forward, when obviously I have like a certain like a future one I want to go down the lane once I have like my own wife and kids in the future, that type of thing. I want to be able to keep doing what I'm doing, so still keep going to the gym and not having to sacrifice like all my gains. Like obviously, I understand that I can't stay jacked all the way until like later like in my life, but I want to at least still be in good shape and have good habits, that type of thing. So if I can start that now and just make it so simple that I can almost be lazy and still be making gains, then honestly that works for me. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say for today. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. I thought today was Wednesday, low key. And yeah, but that's pretty much it for today. And without further ado, like I always say to you guys, get jacked, be cool with everybody, and we're all gonna make it. I'll see you guys later.